there, welcome to Let's Talk Tottenham. Bang on time today, bang on time. Very short stream today. I got a work meeting. Joined with Brian. How you doing, Brian?
I'm okay, mate. I'm okay. How about you, good self?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Apart from a work meeting, which pushed me for time. But yeah, first things first. Thank you to everybody watching. Everyone in the comments, please hit the like, please hit the subscribe. Really helps the channel. Also hit that notification bell. You'll get notified when we go live. As well, a big thanks to Tommy. So for Monday, I'm going to be on his channel, this show, same show, but it's on the Hotspur Hood YouTube channel. Slightly different time as well, 7:30 p.m. UK time. So a big thanks to Tommy for inviting me on there. And yeah, make sure you hit the Hotspur Hood and Tottenham on Tour, which is Brian's channel. Please make sure you hit the likes and subscribes there as well. He'll let you know at the end where you can find him. But yeah, first things first, Brian. International break is finished. We've got Newcastle next. Was international break at a bad time? I mean, the first time in our very short last history of a year or two, we've had 2 wins on the trot. And then we come to an international break. Was it a bad time, or does it really not matter at this stage of the season?
I actually think it's come at a good time. I really do. If you look at it, Romero's had 2 weeks where he hasn't played. Yeah, all right, he's flown, but that's without playing. So he hasn't picked up an injury. He's going to be raring to go. No one, apart from, we were worried about Bentancur, but apart from Davies, everyone seems to come back with a full bill of health.
Kulu as well potentially got a broken jaw. He's presumably been chatting to Will Smith recently.
Well, no, I mean, you look at it with Decky. He played the next game. So he played the next game without a face mask. So what looked like it could have been quite bad, or a face mask at least, has turned out that it's not. So you look at it on that way. And I think it's come back. You know, I mean, you look at it, people like Davies and Rodon. All right, Davies is the one injury. He's come back knowing his team have got further with a chance to get to the World Cup, so they're going to be upbeat. I think it's giving Skip 2 weeks to get closer to injury to fitness. Sorry. So for once, I actually think it's come at a good time.
And Bergwijn as well. He scored 2 goals.
3
this week. It was the week before. Oh, he scored in another game
as
well.
He scored in the next game as well.
Yeah. I mean, he obviously won't start, but it can only. Conte will be watching those games. There's no way Conte's sitting at home watching, I don't know, Bridgerton or catching up on Netflix shows. He's watching his players in international duty, and he'd have seen Bergwijn score 3 goals. And I'm not sure it's enough to force Conte to take someone out and put Bergwijn in, but it can only help his cause. And then if he is called upon, he should be fairly buzzing and to put in a good performance. So it can only be a good thing that he's scoring goals for Holland in this break.
So I speak about Bergwijn a lot, so I think we do have a player in there. I really do. It's just finding the system, like Holland have found for him, finding it for him. I think at the moment you can't change the team, but I think what Bergwijn does deserve is, if things aren't going right, he deserves more than the 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here. He needs to come on and have a bigger chunk of time to impact the game.
Yeah, and quickly, Bobby K, Mark Cousins in the chat. How you doing, guys? Thanks so much for watching and your comments. Yeah, I really like Bergwijn, and he was going pretty well, I thought, until I think it was last season at Anfield when he hit the post, and then the whole racism with absolutely disgraceful and death threats, and that seemed to have a devastating effect on his confidence, which is totally understandable. And he's trying to find his feet again, and he's a little unfortunate in the sense that he plays in a position where Kane, Son, and Kulusevski play, because they've been, well, 2 of them have been on fire for years, and Kulusevski looks like he's played in the Premier League all his life. But I mean, top 4 is the big thing now. I'm not going to change my. I've been for about 3 years going, we're good enough for top 4, and we balls it up every time. And as soon as I've started going, we won't get top 4. We're in this race again, so we're not getting top 4. But in order to get top 4, those first 11, barring a few, you could afford maybe a right back to go and an Emerson to come in. That's not a huge thing, but generally the 3 up front, Bentancur, the Højbjergs, the Romeros, we need pretty much that top 11 to be fit for the rest of the season, right? To have any chance of this top 4, or do you think a few injuries here or there wouldn't make too much difference?
Oh no, injuries, especially depending on who they are. If they're the players that you just mentioned, then it's done. But I've been saying I think we're just going to fall short. But what I have now been saying is if it comes down to winner takes all at the North London derby, if it's a one-off game, then I think we're going to win it. I think we're going to win it. I just think when it comes to it, they haven't won a game at the new stadium. It'll be the first North London derby ever at that new stadium with a full ground. And what a moment that will be to do it. And if we can end St Tottenham's Day, or their chances of it again, which was my main concern, qualify for the top four and beat them, that's just Christmas Christmas in May.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that if there is, like you say, there a winner takes all in that game, it'll be the last game of the season. I know that I can't remember the. I think it's not Burnley, is it? I can't remember what the last.
That's our last home game.
Yeah, the last game of the season.
Norwich away.
Yeah, so Norwich away is obviously set, but I think if there's any chance that Tottenham versus Arsenal is a top four winner takes all, the FA have shown with the FA Cup semi-final between Liverpool and Man City, who have to come to London on a bloody train strike. They couldn't give a crap about if that means fans have booked their day out and then they have to change it again. It's all about money. Sky will be involved as well. So if Tottenham Arsenal is anything to do with a top four decider, that'll be the last game of the season, I think.
Oh, no. They've said it's going to be the week of May the 9th. So it's going to be in between Liverpool and Burnley, is from what we're gathering. And by then you would think that whether we can close the gap or whether it will be as pinnacle as United, the City game with Peter Crouch's famous header years ago, will yet to be seen. But the Premier League have done this intentionally. They've kept this ace up their sleeve the whole time. A lot of it to begin with was obviously when we were still in the FA Cup, because if we were both out of the FA Cup, they could have tried. But then obviously when we went out of the Cup, there may have been opportunities. This has always been their ace up their sleeve. Right, this could be a top four battle, or we're going to drown this out as long as we can. And they've got their wishes.
Yeah, always going to be the case. Money dictates all. We've seen what happens with that FA Cup. Absolute disgrace. Two teams from the top end of the country have to travel all the way down on a bloody train strike. Absolute joke. But yeah, Newcastle. This isn't going to be easy. We'll come to this question in a second. But Newcastle, I think last month, only Liverpool got more points in the league than them.
Yep.
And they've gone from... They could really go down here with all that money to they're probably safe now and they're going to have an unbelievable summer in terms of spending money. Do you think they'll drop off as they're safe, or do you think it's, well, I want to be part of this Newcastle revolution. There are going to be players coming in and I don't want to be one that's replaced. So I'm fighting for my future here.
Exactly the latter. And Newcastle at home has always been a problem for us. Always, as far as I can remember, been a problem for us. I was at one game, the first Newcastle game I went by myself, or not by myself, with my friends, was when Jerry Francis, his first season with Jurgen Klinsmann, and we won 4-2 with a Teddy Sheringham hat-trick.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's not been a lot of success when it comes to Newcastle at home, especially at home. And this game always seems to rear its head when we're on the cusp of doing something. It's like, okay, this is a big must-win 3 points. It's Newcastle at home. Shocking. And Tim Krul, we'll all remember that day where he just was like, literally, I've never seen a goalkeeping performance like it. So, yeah, for me, this is a very, very tough game. But also, I say the same with Arsenal going to Palace with Vieira. So it's 2 games that we've got together, us and the Filth, that are quite pivotal.
Yeah. What I would say is Eddie Howe's Newcastle, I think, will attack us a lot more than the previous Newcastle managers who sit back. But a couple of comments to get in. Graham, GRL58, afternoon, Chris Bryan. Hope you're both well. Very well, thanks, Graham. Hope you're well too. And great to see Bob Spurs' sense of humour is back with a vengeance. Afternoon, lads. The perfect stream. If you don't want to suffer from hair envy, love it. But turn the laptop. Turn your devices upside down, completely different story.
Yeah, I'll say to Bob now, I'm actually thinking now I've got all my bits, and this is actually a little bit too long now. And this is what I normally do in the summer. But as I said to you, it is snowing at the moment in Toronto. It seems to have slowed down, but it has been snowing. But I might be ready for in the wall. This might all be gone. This might all be gone again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. My hair started losing. How long have I been Spurs fan? It's around that time. I'm not saying there's a coincidence there. I'm just saying that that happened. And Bobby K, morning Bob, and Graham. He says, "Cheers, guys, for all the comments coming in." Yeah, and what do you think that Newcastle's not preparation, but how they'll approach this game? Do you think they'll attack us, being that they're probably in a position now, Newcastle, that they're not going to get into Europe, they're not going to go down, so might as well have a go. But then they maybe want to keep that good form going and don't want to get spanked if we get an early goal like Everton did. How do you think they'll be approaching this game?
Eddie Howe plays attacking football, always has, or it would be super exciting in attacking football, but he does play on the front foot, so I can see him doing that. He hasn't got the worry about going down. They will not go down. And they'll go for it. I mean, I think he's got a bit more tactical nous to know that, listen, if Spurs score early, we're not going to go all guns blazing. We're going to have to adapt. And I think he's got players now that can do it. And I keep mentioning Ryan Fraser, who's a real workhorse for them, does all the hard work. He's got a great delivery. You've also got Chris Wood, who is going to test our set pieces frailties yet again. So they've got people, and obviously that's the maximum, who on his day can rip anyone apart. So we'll see. Newcastle, I can't see sitting back at all.
No, well, I hope they don't, because I think that's when we play better. We've seen with the Burnley away, Middlesbrough away, teams sit back, hit us on the counter.
Yeah,
we don't have the Kane is our creativity. If you sit back, you've got more people back, so you can afford a defender or a midfielder to kind of sacrifice his position and stuff to just follow Kane around and stop him making those passes. You attack, you don't really have that. But yeah, and a couple more comments. Bobby K, great name, says Bob. Graham, hi Bobby K. Hi Bobby K. Yeah, thanks so much for the comments coming in, guys, and thanks to everybody for watching. And remember, hit the like, hit the subscribe, all helps the channel grow. But yeah, in terms of us, Brian, and I do apologise to everyone rushing through these. I've got a work meeting, so I've only got 25 minutes, so hence the rushing through. I do apologise. Next Friday and Monday will be back to normal service. Can we continue the good form? I mean, like we said, that first 11 need to be the first 11 going forward for the rest of this season, really, if we can. And we have generally that certainly in the next 4 games, they're each on weekends. There's no midweek games there, so Conte's got best part of a week, 7-8 days maybe, to prepare for whatever game is next and everything like that. And we've seen a stat that says we win more games with him when we've got longer than 5 days rather than less than 5 days. So can we continue this good form, or does it depend on our start, do you think?
No, well, we can continue the good form. We can continue the good form. I'm happy you said good form and not the word run, because it's not a run yet. And I know Bob Spurs watching at the moment, so he knows what I'm talking about. We can continue the good form. Of course we can. It's a case of will we? And it depends what you say is good form. I mean, we need 3 points. We need 3 points, regardless.
That's what I mean by good form. 3 points. Yeah. Not necessarily playing well, but getting the points on the board.
Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. I think, like I said, Romero not playing. Yes, he's travelled. You know what? He may. I don't know where his family lives. His family is in Argentina. Brilliant. You've seen your family for 2 weeks, and that will put you on a high. And you come back buzzing. We just got to make sure he curbs his temper and doesn't pick up a couple of bookings, because he cannot be out of that North London derby.
No. I mean, we'll come to that in a later stream. But is there an element of a potential worry if he is playing in that the occasion? He may go a bit over the top and gung-ho and get himself in trouble there. Or Arsenal will target him to try and get him in trouble.
That they could do, but I think when it comes when we've seen him in the big games, like I was at Man City with Ben and Simeon, he was absolutely incredible, and I mean incredible. I mean, he makes the very, very hard things look so simple. And if you watch him, whenever you watch like YouTube of his moments, his sliding tackles, what you will notice, whenever he steps forward and comes out for the ball with aggression, he's always got so much space, and that's not by fluke. It's his reading of his game, the understanding of the game. He is just, I mean, whenever I get on the topic about this, I always go back to Bob Spur, because Bob Spur kept mentioning how him and the Irish Hotspur were the two that were going absolutely mad about it. And I mean, waxing goddamn lyrical. And Bob was trying to get a sponsorship deal with Kleenex every time he mentioned the word Romero, because he was just so over the moon with this guy. And I didn't know a lot about him, but I could see exactly what he was saying. This guy, for me, has the potential to become the best centre back in the world. The world, like over Van Dijk, he is that good. He is phenomenal. And he just rises to the occasion at the big games. So yeah, him playing. If he plays, please God, he's not suspended. He's a huge plus.
Yeah. He's definitely our best central defender. Obviously,
by a country mile.
But yeah, and he's still young as well, which people forget, and that means he's coachable. And this is Antonio Conte, who completely changed Victor Moses from an out of favour right winger to probably at the time the best fullback in the league. Couple of comments. Simply Ace, afternoon everyone. This has Spursy written all over it. Ooh, don't say that. And Bobby K about me having only a 25-minute. Unacceptable, Chris. Call in sick. Unfortunately, I was in meetings earlier, so they may smell.
Yeah, you booked the migraine. You booked the migraine. It came on at about 2:45.
Yeah. We're live here, so they've seen this, so I can't now. Graham says, hi, Bob Spur, looking forward to the In the Wall tomorrow. If you haven't watched In the Wall on I think the 28th, 26th or 28th, it was last Saturday, Bob Spur's return, watch that. Absolutely brilliant show. Chris Agenbar, how you doing, Chris?
Bring up, Chris.
And Bob Spur, a run of 5 league wins in 7 is form most clubs would love. Plus, we're hitting 5s, 4s and 3s. Yes, opposition might have been weak, but wins right now are of great importance. Absolutely. And I said on Tommy's stream Tuesday, I think if I was a manager here, it'd be like, forget what happened in the season before. The season is a 9-game season now. Just win as many games as you can. Obviously, when you come against Palace, you can use what happened against Palace as kind of motivation. But in terms of what we're doing now, get rid of everything from your head. It's a 9-game season. You obviously need Arsenal to drop 3 points and then beat them to put that down to, I think, a 3-point gap. No, that would put us level, wouldn't it? That would put us level, I think.
They're 3 points ahead at the moment with a game in hand. And then, and do you know what? I love what Iggy said on Bob's show last week when he said, listen, we've got to stop saying 9 cup finals. Let's say 9 quarterfinals, because we know how we choke in finals. So I'm so on board with that. I'm so on board with what Iggy said. Yeah, we've got 9 quarterfinals left to go, or a 9-game season, as you said. Just don't say that word final. It's huge. This is massive. We all know how we always say it, but this summer, I can't believe I'm saying this. This is the summer where this has got to happen, where everything's got to fall into place. It's massive from a club, from a board, from a fans, from a player's point of view this summer, and we've got to get off with 3 points against Newcastle. We've got to.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the last international break, so it's from here to the end of the season now. We absolutely need 3 points and to start this section of the season, our new season, if you like, with a win. In terms of the summer, do you think top 4, finishing 5th, 6th, whatever, has an impact on that? And in the summer, I'm not fussed how much money we spend. All I care about is that at the end of that window, Conte has got what he wants in terms of players in and players out. We've shown with Bentancur that you don't need to buy £100 million on a midfielder if you scout properly, which we used to do. We scouted Ali, remember, from League One for £5 million and became one of the best in the league. All right, he's completely dropped off the ball now, but at a time he was a top star.
Yep.
But yeah, and so I don't care if we don't spend 200 million. As long as Conte gets the players in that he wants and the players out that he wants, that's what we need to do. But do you think finishing 4th, 5th, 6th or wherever has an impact on the summer?
Well, finishing 4th to finishing 7th, most definitely. Champions League to Conference League. This is where the Conte effect comes in. This is where the Conte effect really comes in, because I'm adamant. I can't say it's gospel, but I'm sure there's players there that, let's say that we get into the Europa League and they get like people wanted to go and work with Mourinho, or you want to go work with Klopp, or you want to go work with Pep. There's people that will say, right, the reason I signed for this club is Antonio Conte. Forget who against that. We have to remember that fact. There's like I was going mad with the Diaz deal at Liverpool. And I said, you know what? If we'd offered the same as Liverpool and he's come over, yes, he may have said he wanted to go to Liverpool. That's all well and good. But if you give Conte time to show the stadium, the training ground, and Conte to do what Conte does, who's to say they won't join? They're like, that's Antonio Conte. All right, we're not in the Champions League. But if Antonio Conte is back and gets who he wants in the summer, I don't care about value. If Antonio Conte comes out and says, I want Derek Origi, I want Origi. I don't care what words come out of his mouth, what players' names. I don't care if I know them or not. If Conte says, I want this player, I want that player.
Yeah, and as long as he gets him, I don't care.
Exactly, and if he does that, then top 4 is a guarantee. I'd say top 3 is a guarantee. In all honesty, if Conte gets who he wants, Champions League, obviously, I think what it means for us is obviously it's the best competition, and it's going to be a lot easier to offer European Champions League football and Antonio Conte. I think
what that means as well. Sorry to cut you off there, Brian. If we get Champions League, is the interest in Kane in the summer will be minimal. I think because he's always said if we're progressing, he'll stay, and we've obviously would have then gone from 7th, I think it was that we finished, to 4th.
So yeah. I mean, you look at. I mean, Harry Kane. I don't think he's going anywhere. He's going to be too close to Jimmy Greaves. Yeah. I think Jimmy Greaves' record is in his head, and he gets on very well with Conte. Listen, Conte stays, Kane stays, Kane stays, Conte stays. One of them walk, they both walk. It's that simple. With that transfer. And we'll see. I think that all the Champions League does is it means that more money is coming in. Does that mean Levy releases more money? That remains to be seen. And we'll have to go from there. But let's just hope we get there and we have this discussion on all our channels to see what happens, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to have to head off soon. If I log back on my computer at work and I see the meeting's been cancelled, I'll be furious. But yeah, Newcastle, how for you does the game pan out? Is it an all-out attack game? Is it a tactical thing? And what's your prediction for the end? I'm going Spurs win. I'm not going to give a score. I can't do that. I'm a coward when it comes to that. Happily, I'm a coward when it comes to that. I don't care. But I think we'll win because I think we've got more to play for. But how do you see the game panning out?
I've been saying all week a draw. And I said this, and the reason I say this is just I get very superstitious with certain clubs and certain games and look at the history and whatever, and Newcastle is one of them. The 2 games I'm most worried about, and I've said it before, are Newcastle and Brentford. They are the 2 games because Brentford have performed well at home. Obviously, it was back in August, they beat the filth. Back in August, they had that great 3-3 with Liverpool. They drew 0-0 with Chelsea, and Mendy had a games at Brentford. So I've been saying a draw, but my heart is kind of leaning towards a 2-1 win now.
Yeah, I'm slightly worried about Villa away. Again, they're an unknown quantity. You can either get a Villa where they're superb and Coutinho runs the game, or you can get a Villa that are kind of the Arsenal game where they just don't turn up. But Audio, Bobby K, Little K predicts 2-0 to Spurs. Audio Artisan see us winning it the hard way. As long as that 5th word there is what happens, winning, couldn't care less. But
exactly, that's the most ridiculous. I don't care if it's a 1-0 in the 91st minute and it comes off someone's arse. I don't care.
No, absolutely.
They've just got to get the job done, and they've got to come out. Like I said, I think they're going to come back rejuvenated from the international break. Harry Kane came as a sub, so he's not going to be. He's played back-to-back 90 minutes. The Human Son scored for Korea in the South Korea in the first game. I don't know if he played or what he did in the second game. Is whether he comes back fresh or a little wary. So yeah, and also Skip's edging towards fitness. So it's great. Benson Core comes back fine. Kulu's been playing, so that injury So thankfully, it looks like we've got an international break where we've come away, apart from Ben Davies, which we don't know, relatively unscathed.
Yeah, and let's hope that stays for the rest of the season. But yeah, fortunately, I warned it has to be a short stream, and we've kind of how quickly does 25 minutes go? Absolutely insane. We've only been on here talking for 5 minutes, and it's 25 minutes in. But yeah, Bob Spur here. Big up, Chris. Thanks, buddy. Onwards and upwards, especially with the support and love that surrounds me. He's talking to Chris Agenbar there. If you didn't see that, he was on Tottenham. We Are Tottenham TV, looking so much better in the space of a week from the In the Wall show. Glad you're seeing your kids smile. Absolutely love Bob. But yeah. Thanks so much, Brian, for coming on. Apologies, it's been so short and sweet, and I do apologise to everyone. Please keep watching. Please keep watching. But yeah, Tottenham on tour. Just give a quick plug for yourself, going from strength to strength. Tottenham on tour.
Yeah, we're doing a few bits next week. Brian Ireland's going over to Vancouver, so he's going to be 3 hours behind me. So it may be me, Danny, and Danny Kiriakou. Had to do that quick because of you. And Adam Clark doing a few bits, but most importantly tonight, and I'm honoured to be doing it at 7:30 your time, 2:30 mine. I'm on Josh the Tottenham Guys stream, and I will be sharing a stream with none other than the legendary skipper Steve Perryman. So very, very, very much looking forward to that later on today. That's going to be fun. And yeah, Tottenham on tour will be doing a few bits. Don't forget Bob Spurs in the Wall is back tomorrow. I'll be on that. And then yeah, that's basically it.
Absolutely. So Brian's Twitter handle and YouTube link will be in the description. So make sure you give them a like, give them a follow on Twitter, and subscribe on YouTube. Brilliant channel. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Apologies to be so short and sweet. It will be back to normal service on Monday and Friday. I promise you that. Monday, I'm basically Let's Talk Tottenham is moving on Monday to 7:30, and it's not on this channel. There'll be a recording of it on this channel, but it's moving to the Hotspur Hood channel. Tommy has invited me on there. Thank you so much to Tommy. I really appreciate that. So yeah, 7:30 p.m. You'll see that on the outro in a second. But the Friday stream remains on this channel, 12:30 UK time. So yeah, please check that out, and please give Hotspur Hood a subscribe as well. Please hit the like and subscribe on here. Really helps the channel notification bell. Then go in the description, do the same for Tottenham on tour. Apologies again for it being so short and sweet. Work meetings, what can you do? But until we'll be back on Monday on Hotspur Hood with a review of the Newcastle game. Brian's on that as well, along with a few others, hopefully. So until then, come on, you Spurs.
And I'm going to say
thank you so much for watching, and to everybody who joined in the live chat. Before you go, please leave a like, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's all free and you'll be notified when we go live. Anyone who missed the live stream can still watch the replay on YouTube, and any comments, questions or suggestions on the comments there. For anyone listening to the audio only podcast, thank you so much for listening. Anyone who wants that podcast, you get that wherever you get your podcast from. Alternatively, go to our Twitter or Instagram page on the screen. We'll be back on Monday on the Hotspur Hood YouTube channel. Give them a subscribe. We're there at 7:30 p.m. UK time. And we're on this channel, Let's Talk Tottenham, 12:30 p.m. UK time again on Fridays.